everyone, this is the Gaming Cat here, and welcome to the fourth part of my Brutal Doom playthrough. So last time we beat Knee Deep in the Dead, so now we are on the Shores of Hell. We'll continue on I Am Super Bad. I can't look at that difficulty without thinking about the movie Super Bad. Hilarious film, you should go see it. So anyway, this is another, as I said last time, this is also a tone shift for me because it was only 2 days ago that I beat Undertale on the True Pacifist run, and now I am back in brutal fucking Doom. Which, again, I find personally hilarious. So, even though I should be talking about Brutal Doom, and I know that there are people, like, there's definitely people, I thankfully have not run into any of them yet, but there's people who think that if you go off topic in a Let's Play, then you're scum. But I'm just gonna do it anyway, because it's fun. So what did I think of Undertale? Well, let me put it this way. A couple nights ago, I was literally up until 3 in the morning looking for Undertale animations and fan comics. I don't remember the last time a series or a game rather, has gripped me this much. Like, I think the last time that happened was Legacy of the Void, and considering that StarCraft 2 is my favorite game of all time, that is saying a lot. Oh, I got a grenade, didn't notice. So yeah, I just loved how unique the whole combat system was. What I really loved most about it was the story and the characters. They were just fantastically done. But not only that, I think that what really struck me about it is that this might sound weird, but it was actually a story that I could personally relate to in a way, and I don't think it was a way that it was intended, per se, but I guess I found my own little way to relate to it. So let me explain what I mean by that. So I've told this to a few people in, like, the comments before, and I've told some of my friends, but I want to say specifically that I have Asperger's syndrome, which is on the autism spectrum, and one of the main things about Asperger's syndrome is that you find socializing very, very hard and tricky. And, like, for all my life, I've pretty much felt, like, basically distant from everyone. Like, I often do feel like I'm living in a world of creatures that aren't me. Like, it's like that Arthur episode that explains it. You feel like you're on an alien planet where you try to make sense of things that don't make sense to you, but it doesn't always work. And that I felt like was basically a scenario that I felt like the scenario of Undertale. Like, you fall into a cave full of strange creatures was basically the scenario I'd been living in for all my life, and I also liked that it went to show how even sorry about that. Even in spite of the strange situation that I've been dealt with, I've still managed to take it in stride and make friends with the people that, again, I feel very distant from a lot of the time. And as it turns out, I really didn't have a reason to feel distant anyway, because especially since, like, it wasn't until last year really that I started having a lot of friends. Like, I tried having friends when I first moved from Maryland to the state that I am not going to disclose, because fuck that, no. I tried it, and it didn't work out. As it turns out, a lot of the friends I tried making were just using me for the laughs, and they didn't really like me, so yeah, I gave up on being friends with people for a while, and, like, I tried it again at one point in high school, but I had to try so hard for attention because these were people who had grown up with each other ever since elementary school, and I was pretty much the outsider, more or less, so I had a lot harder time trying to hang out with the crew. So eventually I thought back to the SpongeBob episode, Ripped Pants, and I realized, no, I'm not going to degrade myself just for the attention of some people. If that means having, like, Sean's pretty much my only friend, then I'm fine with that. Sean's a kick-ass guy anyway. But in 2015, like, that was after I made the SpongeBob countdown, or the second one anyway, which was when my channel started getting really popular, and I got invited to join the NWO of YTP. A lot of people wanted me to be their friends. Several months into the year, I basically joined the community of the Church of Bayonetta and met a lot of people there. So yeah, I've had a lot more friends now that, as I've said, are all very different from me, and like they're people that I'm not sure I would have really liked if I hadn't been concerned with going outside my comfort zone, but now that they're wonderful, great people, and I think that I found sort of that scenario in Undertale because, like, you're talking with creatures that are definitely not human, are very different from the human race, but they're still deep down great characters. They're likable characters. They are really, it's just a really touching kind of game, like, especially since, as I said, the characters are all really likable. I really like Sans, I really like Papyrus, I really like Undyne. Well, I'm not going to keep going on that, because I'll just go through all the characters and say, I like this one, I like that one, but yeah, that's why I think I like Undertale so much. It's because not only is the story really good, but I found my own kind of way to relate to it and, like, find a message out of it. As I said, I don't think it was intentional, but that's what's kind of cool about it. I've managed to find my own way to enjoy it. So wow, I was not doing well there earlier. I was down to 35% health. This thing right over here is a Berserk health pack. What it does is it not only unlocks your rip and tear moves, but it also restores your health to 100%, so I'm going to say wait until later to get that. Or maybe I shouldn't wait until later, because what I noticed last time is that one of the biggest problems in my playstyle was that I kept waiting until the opportune time to pick up the power-ups, which would definitely work if I had my full concentration, but as I've said, I have to do commentary at the same time, which is going to severely limit my thinking capacity. So I'll get the cruelty bonus here, I'll shoot this guy, shoot that guy again. So I'm definitely not going to get the Berserk pack now, because I feel like that would be a waste, but I don't know, maybe if I get to like 50% and I see it again, I should definitely pick it up. Which looks like it might be soon. The more I think about it, the more the lag I'm experiencing might be caused by a tube catcher, because when I did that with Goop videos, the lag was horrible. Like, it might have been because that was a modded server, which, like, given my college's usual kind of connectivity, I can see why I would do that, but I don't know, I feel like a tube catcher might have something to do with it, because it also caused lag when I was recording Modern Family on Netflix, or no, it was iTunes, for the Q&A video, though actually, when I was recording How I Met Your Mother on Netflix for other purposes as well, it also got laggy, so yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think it is a tube catcher that's causing all this. Ooh, plasma energy cell pack. That'll be good for when I get the plasma rifle, which is one of the best weapons in the game. Probably succeeded by only the mighty BFG 9000, but even then, like, that's something that is going to be useful in certain situations, and it's not going to be useful all the time, so it goes back to what I said in the first episode. In Doom, every weapon is going to be useful to you at some point or another, and you never want to be without one of your weapons. I felt a burp coming on there. So yeah, these blue circles, for some reason, they do, like, radiation damage, and I don't know why. That's why I'm taking care to avoid them. I'm going to save now because I'm feeling good about where I am, and in case something, like, suddenly jumps out of nowhere, I don't want to have to deal with that. Boom, 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 up. Oh god, the wall behind me is closed off and I'm trapped in this corridor. Okay, that went out fine. Yeah, 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 yeah! Funny thing, back on Saturday, when I was originally, planning on getting Undertale, I was actually considering over whether or not I should, replay Deus Ex, actually, or play Undertale. What made me decide to go with Undertale was because, one, I haven't played Undertale before and I wanted something new, and two, Deus Ex is a really long game. Like, Undertale took me about 10 hours to get to the true passive ascending. Deus Ex took me about a month's worth of playtime to beat my first time. Like, Undertale is tiny compared to Deus Ex, so that also influenced my choice. And now that I am done with Undertale, I think I might replay Deus Ex because, like, it's another really amazing game. And I find it funny how, like, a lot of people praise Deus Ex for being one of the most revolutionary games ever, yet I never even heard of it before. Well, no, I'd heard of Human Revolution, but I haven't heard of the original until I watched Sammy Classic Sanic Fans video about it. Yeah, it's funny, like, it's only known among certain gaming circles, but at the same time, it's absolutely revolutionary. It's odd how that works. So yeah, I'd actually originally heard about it on Sammy's video, like, when I saw the commentary done by TimStars04 and Eat More Toast, and I decided to actually check it out for myself when I watched the Zero Punctuation review and did some more research on it, and found out that it was worked on by many of the same people who made System Shock 2, which is one of my all-time favorite games, my all-time favorite horror game, and in my opinion is a PC classic, so I checked it out and I was not disappointed. Yeah, I'll grab all the health pickups here. I wonder what the backstory of these potions are. Like, I get with the helmets and I get with the medikits, but what sort of futuristic space base has potions? Like, magic, sword, and sorcery potions. That seems a little out of place if you ask me. Is this a door? No, it's not. I'll still skip on the Berserk pack, because I want to save it for if the situation gets dire, even though I might forget about it later. And I think I can survive without the Rep and Tear mode for a bit. Going through here. I actually heard, or I didn't hear, rather, I briefly watched the Super Best Friends play of, the Super Best Friends play of this game, and I heard one of them say that the assault rifle assets were actually stolen from another game. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, and if you know, would you please tell me in the comments? I'm curious. Got a chain gun. Something else that I forgot to mention about this game is that in between chapters, you lose all of your weapons, which is why I've only been using the assault rifle and shotgun up to this point. Though you probably were able to tell that from what I was using, but that's one of the things that separates Doom from the other games. I guess, like, when Doom Guy was trapped in that room with all the baddies, he just decided to leave behind all his weapons, hoping that it would distract the demons. And it seems to have worked, so good for him, I won't judge. And at the very least, the challenges temporarily cranked back just the slightest bits to make up for the fact that you don't have your full arsenal. Wow, I actually left some of these guys behind. Can't go there. Where is the exit? Something about Doom is that, the first time you play this game, it might be a little confusing to find the end of the stage. Like, definitely not as confusing as Star Wars Dark Forces, but it can, like, be annoying sometimes. Oh god, Star Wars Dark Forces. That game, okay, it can be fun, but god damn, it's annoying as well. Like, it's what Phaelus said about Resident Evil 6. It's both really fun and really annoying. Because the level design of that game is so confusing. I'll tell you more about it after I save here, because this Crusher part always gets me. Something else about Brutal Doom is that you can duck, which thankfully will increase my chances of survival here a bit better. Oh, a Demon Rune. I didn't need the Berserk pack after all. So yeah, Star Wars Dark Forces, its biggest problem is that a lot of the areas look the same, so it's hard to tell where you're supposed to go, and it can take, like, I've had stages that took me about an hour to complete. Like, it got that bad. It's honestly, like, one of my least favorite of the classic FPSs or Doom clones, and it would be my least favorite except for Quake. Like, I won't act like I'm the biggest Quake expert, because I only played about a half hour of that game before I decided, screw this. Like, it went the exact same way as my Paper Mario Sticker Star attempt. Shudder. But Quake just bored me. I don't know why. Like, maybe it was because of how dull and gray everything looked. Maybe it was because just the weapons didn't feel as fun. I don't know, something about it. It just didn't compare to Doom or Blood or Duke Nukem 3D. It just didn't have the same level of adrenaline, and that just killed the whole experience for me. Like, if it was trying to set up atmosphere, I do commend that, but at the end of the day, these are games, and games are supposed to entertain you, and like the atmosphere of Quake just didn't appeal to me for some reason. And I wish it could have, because I've heard that Quake is an FPS classic, like, and it was also made by John Romero, who made Doom. So, like, and John Romero's a great developer, and I want to like this game just because of that, but I just can't bring myself to. And yeah, consider that one of those games that I want to like, but I just can't. I'll check to see if there's a secret down here. Ooh, there's enemies to kill. Oh, I want to jump. Gotta keep jumping so I don't take too much damage. And there was nothing! Oh, yay! I damaged myself for nothing. Well, I will increase, like, my total kill percentage, so I suppose that's something. So that Flaming Skull you saw back there, that was a lost soul. All it really does is just fly into you while screaming. It's not that bad to deal with when they're by themselves, but when they're in a pack, and when they're being spawned from a pain elemental, which comes in Doom 2, they can be really something to deal with. Yeah, Doom 2 introduced quite a few new enemies that ramped up the challenge quite a bit. Like, there's the Hell Knights, which are basically a bit weaker versions from the Barons of Hell, which you saw me kill at the end of the Shores of Hell chapter. There's the Pain Elemental, which is basically a cacodemon that instead of shooting those balls of energy, just spawns Lost Souls right at you. Speaking of which, I'll kill this cacodemon right here. Cacodemons, I think, are the most iconic enemy from Doom. Like, out of all the enemies, I think that if you show one of those, people will be the quickest to recognize, oh, that's from Doom. So I'll save the guy right there. He's got a chain gun. And yeah, the cool thing about the NPCs in Brutal Doom is that each of them has a different weapon. You'll find some with assault rifles, you'll find some with shotguns, you'll find some with chain guns, and then you'll find some with the almighty plasma rifle. And this will really help me here, so... Wait, what was that? How did that open? I want in on that. Did I have to go to a certain place to get that to open? Like in Doom, some of the secrets you have to find are activated just by walking over a certain place. Ah, darn it. Well, hopefully I can find it later. I think this has gone over 15 minutes by now, but I don't care about that anymore. Like, the Team Fortress 2 thing I did with Goop videos was 40 minutes long anyway, so I think that if I want to save everything from copyright or whatever, then it's too late for that anyway, so... Yeah, I'm going to, with the Brutal Doom playthrough, I'm now going to try to aim to get 3 levels done at once, because that seems to be the system that's working out best. And this is the 3rd chapter, so once that's done, I will then try to, yeah, it'll do that. I forgot what I'm talking about. I forgot how to grammar and articulate sentences. I love what having to do commentary does to my mind. I think that the LPer I'm trying to most impersonate with this whole thing is Grimithar. Because you probably don't know who that is. He's very unpopular when it comes to LPers. He's a guy who does mostly PC LPs. I've seen his StarCraft LP and his Brood War LP. I've seen his System Shock 2 LP, and I've seen part of his Deus Ex LP, which I actually watched right before I played the game myself. He's he has this really like laid back and casual demeanor to him that I really love. And I've also been reflecting in this playthrough that I'm focusing a lot on explaining this game and all its fun little Easter eggs. The plasma rifle. I did not see that there, so yeah, now I get to show off the almighty plasma rifle, which is even better. It's funny, even though now has a clip size and you need to reload it and it doesn't fire as fast, I think it's actually better in Brutal Doom than it was in the original Doom, because the clip size and the lower firing speeds make it so you don't waste ammo as much, because this thing shot ridiculously fast in the original Doom. And now you can control your shots much better, which overall will increase its performance. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Okay, get in there! I forgot that this is the Castlevania kind of jumping and not the Mario kind of jumping, where once you jump, you commit to it. I wasn't even supposed to go there. Great. If you have the plasma rifle, you can control the firing a lot more. And not only that, but as I said, in Brutal Doom, all your weapons are more powerful than they used to be, so it's not like the lower firing rate and the fact that you have to reload will really affect you that much. And also, it has a new secondary fire function, which you won't use much unless you're facing against a powerful enemy. But yeah, I just cleared out that whole room within a matter of seconds. This thing's shots are insane. It has a new secondary function where you charge it up for a couple of seconds, and then you release a really powerful shotgun blast that can be great at withering down, like, taking out most of the health of the Barons of Hell, or Mancubus, which, the Mancubus is another enemy that was introduced in Doom 2. It's a giant thing full of flesh, that sentence I know how to do, that, has two flamethrowers on it, which is a giant hulking pound of flesh. Like, you got the succubus and the incubus, and then you got the mancubus, which is the opposite of those things. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. And you also have the Revenant, another one of the more iconic monsters from Doom, which is a giant walking fleshy skeleton with rocket launchers on its shoulders. Something neat that Brutal Doom had is that with the Mancubus and the Revenant, you can actually, like, take their weapons from them once you've killed them, which on one hand is really cool, but on the other hand is completely useless, because the Mancubus flamethrower is a really cool weapon. It's great in close quarters, and it runs out of ammo quickly, so if you're using it against powerful enemies, then you won't use it much, but it's still really just fun to find a room full of enemies and just light the bastards on fire and just listen. You bring up that weapon, you put on Make It Bundem from Far Cry 3's soundtrack, and you just let the good times roll. Then the Mancubus fireball cannons, those are useless because you have to have an enemy in front of you to fire them anyway, and it has to detect an enemy in front of them, so if it doesn't detect them, it won't fire, which makes it useless at long ranges. And there's also the fact that sometimes there's a weird glitch where it'll curve really upwards or really downwards to hit it, meaning that it might hit a wall or a ceiling, or it won't then go down, and then it'll go on to its beeline course to the enemy, or actually sometimes it won't at all, meaning that you've wasted shots. For some reason only one of my NPC partners made it with me. Oh, the other one did as well. Sweet. So yeah, sometimes it won't work. And not only that, but the projectiles are really slow. So yeah, the Revenant Fireball Launcher, most useless weapon in Brutal Doom. So yeah, you're never gonna use it. So anyway, those are the 3 levels we had for today. I think that's it. And yeah, I've managed to take the shift in tone from Undertale to Brutal Doom really well. Now I'm starting to feel bad for killing all those monsters. Was there another solution ever? Hey, Doom guy. Let's try something new. For this demon, act. Oh, it's already dead. Okay, use that on your ally.
Fuck yourself!
That's not what I had in mind!